So this is part 2 of the video I made before for first violins for Hallelujah. Looking at 45, you have all these eighth notes that you have to play one after another, going to tremolo, which is tied into the first beat of the next measure. Then you have to play more eighth notes and etc. So what's tricky about this is not only the notes, but it's all the string crossings. Also bow usage, because when you play tremolo, you don't want to be at the frog, right? You want to be at the tip. But when you play these eighth notes, you don't want to be at the tip. You want to be somewhere in the middle towards the frog. So it's all about calculating how much bow you need and also knowing exactly where your fingers need to go and also using your elbow to cross strings quickly. So how I might practice this is, again, I would make sure I practice with the right bowing, right? Always an up bow, because if I start with a down bow, I'm going to only ever play it in context with the down bow, which is incorrect, right? So up bow. Then I might actually play in rhythms, and I think I did this in the last video where I'm going to play long, short, right? So I would always give myself that beat of rest first, so I never come in early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Right? So I'd get rest. And then we practice holding that note out for its full value. So you'd have rest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Yeah? Also, one thing that we didn't really go over is being able to speak the notes before you play them. So if I can't say C, E, G, right? Then I probably can't play it. The next thing I would do is say the fingering. 3, 1, 3, 2, 0, 2. Right? If I can't do that, probably can't play it. The next thing I would do is I would speak the fingering, but do the fingering either like this, right? Or in playing position without the bow. So I'd play, not play, but I'd do the fingering and say 3, 1, 3, 2, 0, 2. Notice I'm moving my fingers on the right strings, the right notes. 3, 1, 3, 2, 0, 2. This is a really good exercise to do on the bus before bed, right? Anytime that you can't actually play your instrument, but you still can practice. And I promise you that this is efficient, this is valuable practice, okay? That way when you get to your instrument, you're not wasting time figuring out notes. You already know them here, right? You already know what's going to happen. So the only thing you have to do is make it happen with the bow, which is when you would then do your rhythms. Long, short, short, long, like this, rest, rest, short, long, short, long, short, long. And then eventually what I would do is I would actually add in the tremolo, okay? So maybe I would do short, long again, like this. Notice that I'm not starting here for my eighths. I'm starting somewhere in the middle, getting to the tip for my tremolo. So watch my bow usage, right? Do it this way so you can see. Rest. And I'm there for the tremolo. Let's try those two measures now in actual rhythm. So I'd have rest. Notice I'm not starting all the way at the frog for my eighths because that's ridiculous to get to the tip for the tremolo. Instead, I'm starting somewhere in the middle. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. 4, 5, 6, 1. Hold it all the way to the first beat of the next measure. The next thing I would do, I said before, is add in that E. And on that up bow, I have to whoosh my bow to a point of the bow where it's now easiest to play those eighth notes. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. And I've gotten all the way there. So I'm now ready to play my next note. All right? Let me now add in that G in the next measure. So I have rest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Again, less pressure, more speed. So you can whoosh your bow to the part that you need to be at to play this successfully with the best sound. Again, I would take 47 and play that in rhythms. So now forget the stuff before it. Practice 47, starting on that E. What bow am I going to use? An up bow, because I have to practice with the right bows. So then I would play long, short. E, G, B. Right? E, G, B, E, G, B. Okay, again, then maybe short, long. Always starting on an up bow, always starting in the middle of the bow. Now let me do that again and hold out that B for its full value. Okay, let me do that again. Now add in the tremolo. then let me play it in time, and then add in that C afterward. Ready, and rest. That one's even trickier, right? Because watch my elbow for this. Starting at 47. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. I have to not only bring my elbow up to get to the G, because I'll never get there if I'm down here for E string, right? I have to go all the way over for G, and then also whoosh my bow so I can get to the middle. Watch that in slow motion at 47. I have rest. Now let me do that again and add in that E, the next note. So I have rest. And I'm somewhere working my way, so my next up bow, I can get to the middle of the bow. I would highly suggest that in this next section, because you have continuous 8 notes without a pause, you do that fingering, right? 3, 1, 3, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0, 3, 1, 3, 4, 2, 0, 3, right? It's your choice to use 4 or open, but I suggest using 4th finger if you have more notes on the A string. So if you have D, B, D, E, C, because you're going back to the A string, why add another string crossing? So you have D, B, D, E, C, E, open, A, yeah? Again, slow practice. Say just one measure, right? So starting at 49, I'd have C, E, G, C, E. C, E, G, C, E. 3, 1, 3, 2, 0. 3, 1, 3, 2, 0. Then the next measure, G, E, C, G, C, E. Again, G, E, C, G, C, E. If you can't say it that fast, you cannot play it that fast. The fingering, 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0. And 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0. Doing the fingering while I say it. 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0. Then finally being able to play them in rhythms first, then the actual rhythm. I might even slur those notes because they're so continuous. I want to focus on my left hand. I'm going to take away all that extra motion in my right and only slur. So then starting on an up bow, I would play. Right? I'll do that again. So that eventually I can play. And if you've done all of those steps necessary already, let's go ahead and try 45. Let's see if we can make it all the way to the end, right? Using all of those things we talked about in our bow, our elbow, our hands, right? Our timing. And then, beware, at 53, we have a key change now. We're going into the key of A major, which means we now have another sharp, G sharp, okay? 45. I'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Middle of the bow, up bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Down. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Repeat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Second ending. Tremolo. You should be at the tip. And then obviously you take that all the way to the end. And SFP means that you're going to attack the note loud and then drop down to a piano. Okay? So best of luck. Really practice smart, right? Take the time that's necessary to practice in a way that your mind already knows what's going to happen before your hands even come into play. Okay? Best of luck.